All right. Challenge time. 25 likes between this video and the next video. It'll get shorter. Hello and welcome to another episode of Drew's News. In honor of spooky season, how about we look at the pale monster from Pan's Labyrinth? Haha, got you. It's Mitch McConnell. Scared you, didn't I? I hope so. It's almost Halloween, but alright, I'll scale it back since it's like 3 weeks away. Got a good episode for you guys today, so cue the Poorly John intro and let's do this thing. Hello and welcome to another episode of Drew's News Live, the show looking at interesting headlines from dining, robotics, entertainment, world, and sports news, all within
6, I think.
minutes. As usual, I'm your host, Andrew Alonzo, and before we start, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel for all your new and Drew's News needs. In dining news, despite being ravaged by the coronavirus and having the third highest caseload behind India and the US, Brazil were still able to celebrate their restaurants with the 2020 Michelin Star Guide for Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo. According to the Michelin Guide, 2 new restaurants obtained their second star, bringing the total number of 2-star restaurants in the country to 4. I'm going to butcher these since I don't speak like Portuguese or Spanish, so sorry. Seafood restaurant Otek by Alberto Landgraf and Japanese-inspired Real Gastronomia by chef Edson Yamashita joined their 2 other competitors, Oro and DOM. 10 restaurants were also recognized for their 1 Michelin star, and 10 new restaurants were added to the Bib Gourmand category. 13 new restaurants were also labeled Michelin Plate restaurants. Meanwhile, I'm happiest with the damn burger from McDonald's and a toy that'll break after 1 use because I can't afford. Congrats, Brazil, and I can't wait to come down and try some of what you got. In other foodie news, if you've ever called someone an Eskimo, go apologize to them right now. That's not right. Announced on Tuesday, the company Dreyer's Grand Ice Cream said they've come up with a new name for one of their brands known as Eskimo Pies. Back in June, after acknowledging its original use was a derogatory term against indigenous people of Greenland, Alaska, and parts of Canada, the company decided they should rebrand their ice cream's name after their founder, Joseph Eddy. Now instead, the ice cream will be called Eddy's Pies, which is an East Coast thing, I believe. In a statement from Elizabeth Marquez, the company's head of marketing, she said, quote, "Our mission at Dreyer's Grand Ice Cream is to bring joy to everyday life with ice cream, and we look forward to our Eddy's Pie ice cream bar continuing to do just that. In this hot California weather, whoo, go for an Eddy's Pie right now." In robotics news, according to TechCrunch, Elon Musk's SpaceX signed a deal with the U.S. Space Development Agency to help create and deliver more satellites into orbit. A similar deal was signed by L3Harris, a U.S.-based defense contractor and tech company. However, these are not ordinary satellites that are going to help boost your internet or your bandwidth. Rather, the satellites they've been given green lights to construct are actually missile protection and will, quote, form a constellation offering global coverage of advanced missile warning and tracking. SpaceX's deal is worth around $150 million, while L3Harris's deal is said to be worth around $200 million. In quick tech line news, that's supposed to be quick headline news. Also, according to TechCrunch, Apple is preparing for their next big event said to be on October 13th, where they're rumored to reveal the next iPhone. Google is rebranding their colorful yet identifiable icons on Google Workspace to something more uniform and sleek. Right now, they just confuse the hell out of me. And for the 4 of you who have a Facebook portal, the thing that lets you call your grandkids like they do in the commercials, or however you use that technology. Well, guess what? That's not the only thing it does now because it has Netflix connectivity. It's got Netflix. That's it. Moving on. In entertainment news, let's catch up with President Trump all in one hand, shall we? Let me make sure I get this right. On Friday, President Trump and the First Lady Melania tested positive for coronavirus. Trump had gone to Walter Reed Military Hospital where it said he got some of the dopest dope he's ever had. On Saturday, more White House officials reported testing positive for COVID-19. On Sunday, Trump took a weird joyride around the facility with Secret Service agents in his car, but they were no doubt like, I don't get paid enough to do this job. On Monday, Trump came back to the White House after spending 2 days in the hospital, and he also tweeted that no one should be afraid of coronavirus. And on Tuesday, he said, "I will be holding off any more stimulus talks until I get reelected. I mean, until after the election." In movie news, according to a new UCLA study for researchers at the Center of Scholars and Storytellers, a lack of diversity in movies could cost movie studios millions in losses. The study looked at 109 movies' box office first weekends between 2016 and 2019. According to the researchers, a $150 million movie would be predicted to lose $32.2 million in the first weekend, with a potential overall loss of $130 million. The study said recent films like Coco, Black Panther, and Crazy Rich Asians show how diversity among cast, writers, and other people involved in the film make for a profitable movie. However, it has also highlighted that minorities and women in the writer and/or director's room have still yet to achieve equal parity with their male and white counterparts. In world news, if you have Neanderthal genes and got COVID, that could explain the severity of your illness. That also explains a lot about you! In Europe, a team of researchers found a DNA strand on chromosome 3, which they think could be a link between severe COVID illness and the past. Ugo Zerberg of the Max Planck Institute of Evolutionary Anthropology said to CNN in a statement, quote, "It turns out that this gene variant was inherited by modern humans from the Neanderthals when they inbred some 60,000 years ago. Okay, there's no solid answer if this gene is the reason people living near where Neanderthals used to are at higher risk of contracting a deadlier version of COVID. They have been reported, though, getting some of the more severe cases. In US news, 3 more officers were criminally charged with falsifying information on field interview cards, according to the Los Angeles Times. On Friday, LA County District Attorney Jackie Lacey alleged the officers from the LAPD Metropolitan Division falsified info when they put people's names who were not gang members into their gang member database. In a statement from the DA's office, she said that the officers' body camera videos showed that the people accused of being gang members denying that they are or never being asked if they are. Officers Rene Braga, Raul Uribe, and Julio Garcia were all charged on Friday, while 18 other officers remain under investigation for similar offenses. LAPD Chief Michael Moore said the department is looking at plans to implement so that this type of thing doesn't happen again. Yeah, good luck with that. Wrapping up with sports news, the Lakers are 3-1, baby, and just 1 win away from that title, baby.
But Andrew, they didn't play anybody good, and LeBron is trash.
Your tears taste so good. In other basketball news, shout out and congrats to the Seattle Storm for sweeping the Las Vegas Aces 4-0 in the WNBA Finals and snagging their franchise's 4th title. Las Vegas. You pretty much only go there to lose, even if you're not a sports person. In baseball news, Dodgers are 1 game up against the Padres in the NLDS playoffs.
Andrew, they can't handle the Padres, and the Dodgers buy all their championships.
Well, I mean, the only championship that really counts is the World Series because we win our division every single year. And hey, when's the last time your team made the World Series 3 times in a row? Granted, we may have lost all 3, but still. Do you think your Padres can do that? Wrapping up in football news, after postponing 2 games as some players tested positive for coronavirus, the NFL sent out new virus guidelines on Monday to all 32 teams. While the guidelines reinstate the importance of mask wearing and following protocols, the league's commissioner, Roger Goodell, said the NFL would threaten forfeiture of games if a team cannot participate due to COVID-19 spread coming as a result of not following protocols. This NFL season just gets better and better, doesn't it? Unless you're a Chargers fan like me. Damn you, Brady. As always, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you like what you saw, please drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. That's pretty much all I got. If you hate how I look but somehow like my voice, be sure to check out my podcast at soundcloud.com/AJAlonzo6. It's like this, but like once a week. And this week's the Trump special. Follow me on Twitter at Drew's News Live, where I tweet stuff and retweet even cooler stuff. That'll be a link in the description. Rest in peace to musician icons Eddie Van Halen and Johnny Nash. 2020, you're really something, aren't you? All right, that's it for me, and I'll see y'all next time.